Hey guys, let us continue with the Insight Current Affairs for Prelims, which is Insta PT 30. We are doing the August month CE and we'll begin with the international relation part today. We are done with the governance part. So the first news is about the India and China. They hold the dialogue on airspace violation near LAC. So we all know LAC is the border line between India and China. So there was an agreement signed, agreement on maintenance of peace and tranquility along the LAC in India-China border area 1996. So this was the name of the agreement. This is to combat the aircraft, and as per the agreement, we should not fly any aircraft within the 10 kilometers of LAC. This applies both to India and China. And the next news is about the 30 years of Asia-India friendship. So it's been 30 years between this particular bonding, and 2022 marks this 30 years of friendship. And some of the fact is that 10% of India's overall trade comes from Asian countries, and then India is the fourth largest trading partner of ASEAN, and ASEAN is a international group which was established in 1967. It has 10 countries. They are Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Brunei, Vietnam, Laos and Philippines. You have to remember this. And the next news is about the Taiwan. Taiwan is going to use the porcupine strategy to fight back in case China attempts to occupy it by force. So what is this particular porcupine strategy? So this is based on the porcupine doctrine, which came out in 2008 by the US Naval War College professor William S. Murray. So this is a kind of asymmetric warfare which focus on fortifying weak states defense. So this is about fortifying the weak state defense. This is and to exploit enemy's weakness than taking on its strength. So we have to find out the enemy's weakness and we have to exploit on that particular point, which is called the porcupine doctrine. So Taiwan is going to do this if China keeps on forcing it. And the next news is about the India recently told UN that the double standard and continuing politicization which is happening in the United Nations, it is rendering the credibility of sanctions regime of UN at all-time low. So what is the solution for this? Because we see China and Pakistan and sometimes Russia, so they try to hold on the sanctions which are being issued. So the solution is that placing hold and blacks on listing requests without giving any justification must end. So if China wants to hold particular sanction, it must give a valid reason, without which it cannot simply hold just like that. And the next news is about China. It watered, meaning it again kind of preventing a joint India-US bid to list the JEM Deputy Chief Rauf Asghar as a UNSC designated global terrorist by placing technical hold on the process. So when we combine with US trying to declare the JEM Deputy Chief Rauf Asghar as the global terrorist, China is placing a technical hold. What is this term technical hold? It means we cannot take up that issue again for next 6 months. So who is this Rauf Asghar? He is the brother of Masood Azhar, and he is the mastermind behind the IC-814 hijack which happened in 1999, and also he was behind the parliamentary attack which happened in 2001, followed by he did many security personnel attack from 2014 to 2019, including the Pathankot attack. And also we already saw this in news that China already put a technical hold on Abdul Rahman Maki's sanction also. Like he was a brother-in-law of Hasif Syed who was the founder of LET. And the next news is about the cabinet approved the ratification of amendments to the constitution of UPU. What is this? Universal Postal Union. So this UPU is a UN specialized agency which was established in 1874 by the Treaty of Bern. Where is the headquarters located? It is in Bern, Switzerland. So for postal cooperation members, it includes, so this has been established for postal cooperation among the various countries. So it has 192 members. India became its member in 1876. And if someone needs then a membership, then there must be approval by 2/3 of its members. And the next news is about the recent Trans-Himalayan network. It is going to be done by China and Nepal. It comes under the BRI initiative of China. And the next news is about the UN MOGIP. So UN recently appointed the Rear Admiral Guillermo Pablo Reyes of Argentina. He will be the head of this UN MOGP, that is UN Military Observer Group in India and Pakistan. So this UN MOGIP, it emerged in UNSC Resolution 39 in the year 1948, and India's point of view is that its role is overtaken by Shimla Agreement. In 1972 we signed it with Pakistan. So India is saying we already have a personal agreement with Pakistan, bilateral agreement. So no more this UN MOGP should interfere in our matters, internal things. However, Pakistan, we all know, it always internationalizes the Jammu and Kashmir issue. So it always asks for this UN MOGIP interference. So the next news is about the Thucydides trap. This is a term which was coined by the American political scientist Graham G. Allison. So what is this? If an emerging power, it threatens to displace an existing great power as a regional or international hegemon. For example, the current US and China war, trade war and other things, which is a kind of Thucydides trap, which was in news recently. And the next news is about India. We bought the discounted Venezuela petroleum coke as a replacement for coal, because the prices of coal is very high. It is going very high. So we are trying to replace it with pet coke, which is petroleum coke. So this is a final carbon-rich solid material that derives from oil refining. And the next fact we have to know is that the ton of pet coke, it is expensive than the ordinary coal. And also recently the Supreme Court, it banned the usage of pet coke in the NCR Delhi region. So that's all for today. Thank you.